wins and 1 loss. First, the head coach of East St. Louis Lincoln in his 15th season with a record of 316 wins and 96 losses, Benny Lewis. And now the players. Number 12, a 5'11 senior, Terrence Moore. Number 20, a 6'3 senior, Lee Arthur Washington. Number 21, a 6'2 sophomore, Vincent Jackson. Number 23, a 6-foot junior, Lawrence Bradford. Number 25, a 6'4 senior, Darnell Baker. Number 43, a 6'7 junior, Bryant Stevenson. And number 44, a 6'4 senior, Carl Brooks. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Tigers of Lincoln High School. At 1 forward, a 6'8 senior, 22, James Harris.
At 220 pounds, plays the point on the press.
At the other forward, a 6'7 senior, 42, Chris Rogers.
Rogers with 22 in the quarterfinals, 25 in the semis.
At center, 6'9½" and a junior, number 50, LaPhonso Ellis.
Among the best juniors in high school in America.
At guard, a 6'1 senior, number 10, Rodney Chavis.
Averages double figures on the season.
And at the other guard, a 6'1 senior, number 14, Mark Chambers.
The point guard and a tough defender.
Those are the Tigers of Lincoln High School of East St. Louis. Now let's meet the Jaguars of Martin Luther King High School from Chicago, entering this game with a record of 28 wins and 4 losses. First, the head coach of King in his 6th season with a record of 160 wins and 21 losses, Landon Cox. And now the players. Number 11, a 6'2 senior, Emmett Lynch. Number 15, a 6'2 senior, Keith Calbert. Number 21, a 6'6 senior, Anthony Burwell. Number 22, a 6'8 senior, Carl Anderson. Number 24, a 6'7 junior, Michael King. And number 25, a 6'2 junior, Terrence Cheeks. And now the starting lineup for the Jaguars of King. At 1 forward, 6'8 and a senior, number 30, Marcus Liberty.
The crown prince of basketball in Illinois.
At the other forward, a 6'6 freshman, number 20, Johnny Selvey.
He tears off 10 rebounds a game.
At center, a 6'7 senior, 31, Richard Smith.
Tough defender, averaging 9 boards a contest.
At guard, a 6'3 freshman, number 23, Jamie Brandon.
Averaging nearly 16 a game.
And at the other guard, a 5'10 junior, number 14, Carl Stanley.
The point guard shooting at 69%.
Those are the Jaguars of Martin Luther King High School from Chicago. And now the officials for this championship game, Kirby Ham of West Peoria and Rich Firebaugh of Peoria.
That's it. We're set for the title. There are 2 left. One will take it all. One of your network sponsors is John Deere. Public League from St. Clair County of the Independent from East St. Louis Lincoln. The matchups are there. King is in the white, trimmed in black and gold. Lincoln in the black, trimmed in orange and white. Into the middle. Marcus Liberty and LaPhonso Ellis. And how would you like to build your team around those two?
There are a lot of people out there I'd like to build my team around. I tell you what, all the size, though, I still think the two most important people on the floor, starting out great, are the two-point guards, Carl Stanley and Rodney Chavis.
James Harris starts the game with a thundering dunk, and Lincoln lets King know they're here. Liberty rises on his first one. Rebound by Selvey. And Lincoln has their turn.
I think we ought to keep track of block shots and dunks this game.
It'll take more than your fingers. Inside it goes LaPhonso Ellis. Puts the ball on the floor and a whistle. Traveling.
King caught a break there because it wasn't a travel. We had our first foul on Marcus Liberty.
Many people thought before the tournament started that with the brackets that were there, the two power teams might make it. They did. Brandon is stripped and a kick. The ball goes out of bounds. Still controlled by King. The guards are Carl Stanley and Jamie Brandon. Of course, Liberty comes in the backcourt to help. Here's a steal by the Tigers. This is Chavis. Lost the ball, picked up by the Lincoln team, and that's Harris along the baseline. He started the game with the dunk. Chavis is 6'1", at the point 10.
King is in their 2-3 zone.
Lob inside, LaPhonso Ellis. And Richard Smith rebounds.
Frank, this is the defense that King has used the whole tournament. And East St. Louis is in their 2-3 zone.
It's a matchup of big people. Inside, shovel shot not good by Liberty. The running Tigers have it. Chambers, Chavis on a pull-up. Chris Rogers steps in for two. It counts.
Good control by Rodney Chavis on the fast break. He didn't have the shot himself. He just waited for somebody to fill the low post and then got it to him.
Chris Rogers with a chance for a three-point play. Lincoln has broken on top 4-0. Rogers at 6'7", 225, drills it.
A great start for East St. Louis.
Something they didn't do this afternoon is make free throws. They got to do that tonight.
Something they haven't done in the tournament is start well. They have in this game. This is Marcus Liberty. And a steal by the Tigers. Harris at 6'8". Harris to the glass. Both these coaches seem to think who wins the rebound battle will win the war. King has Brandon in the left corner there. Lob to Liberty. He knows what to do. He dropped it on the floor, and the Tigers have it. Rogers. Chavis. LaPhonso Ellis. It's 7-0 Tigers. 6'9 and a half. 16-year-old center. Ellis. Now King. Looking for their first two. Liberty missed again. Looks like Jamie Brandon got slapped in the head. 5 minutes and a half to go. 7-0. It's the Tigers. High post Rogers. Emmett Lynch is going to get up for King. Chavis. Whistle away from the ball. Like the foul is on LaPhonso Ellis. There's a good look at him.
Sonny Cox just told his team, slow down and get a good shot.
Richard Smith, the center, comes in the back against the zone pressure of the Tigers. Ooh, nearly an over and back. Carl Stanley at the point. 1-4 set for King. They're trying to do what nobody's done since Thornridge. Back-to-back state championships in 71-2. Selvey battles on the floor. Whistle. There's Landon Cox.
This is going to be a hard game to officiate in one way, I think, because there's going to be a lot of contact in there with the big people, and I think there should be a lot of no calls when the contact doesn't really have an effect on the game.
Selvey, the freshman, is blocked. Taken down, but King gets it back. That's Emmett Lynch. Wheels the ball to Smith. Steps in and missed. Harris. Harris was flying down the court, fouled by Lynch.
Kings had 2 close-in shots the last 2 trips down. It just won't fall for him.
King took their running game and slowed it to a jog, and now a whistle, and they call timeout. 4:45 to go in the opening period, and Lincoln's off to an early lead. Now let's pause for these messages. There it is, and East St. Louis Lincoln, 3 of 7. It's a 7-0 lead. Lincoln with the ball. We'll call East St. Louis Lincoln much of the time. The zone for King. Inside Harris for 2.
Great pass by Rodney Chavis.
He's a good-looking guard. Carl Stanley double-teamed in the backcourt. This is Emmett Lynch. He was a starter last year. Lynch gets in. Liberty. Oh, there's a whistle. Looks like James Harris had a sprained an ankle across the way. Liberty gets the goal. Harris there on the ground.
He's in a lot of pain right now.
He's going to try to shake it off. What a follow-up by Liberty on left-handed. Just tapped it in.
Lawrence Bradford.
I don't know if Harris is going to be able to go.
Let's see if we can spot how it happened.
Watch that foot. Watch that foot right there. Ah. See the foot turn, and there's your sprain. Great look with the camera. Lincoln leads by 7. Bradford is in. Ellis shoots it in.
He shot that over. Tremendous defensive pressure.
Shirts around the Assembly Hall say the Fonz, and there are East St. Louis shirts talking about LaPhonso Ellis. Lynch goes by his man on the right. Swirling wild shot by Liberty, missed. And here's Bradford. Picks it up. 11-2 in the early going. The Tigers. Bradford lobs inside. Ellis is free. Count it. And this is a little different LaPhonso Ellis than we saw earlier in this tournament.
At first, Liberty thought that Ellis was going to go straight for the basket. Then Ellis adjusted, went to his right. Liberty tried to get away from him, as you can see, by pulling the arm off there, but it was too late. A 3-point play, and East St. Louis Lincoln could go up by a dozen, Frank.
Ellis had 2 points in the semifinals. He has 6 in this first quarter, shooting for his 7th. He was 0 for 6 at the foul line in the semifinals, and he changes that. What was that about free throwing being mental?
Well, you know, East St. Louis is really ready to go this game, as the score indicates, and their concentration on their free throws has been excellent also.
14-2 Lincoln. Liberty has 2, and a finger roll.
That's quite a shot.
Over Ellis.
Wow. 4 for Liberty, 4 for King. Ellis out of the court.
Frank, he is not going to do it all by himself. King has got to get more players involved in their offense.
Richard Smith picks up the foul at the 3:17 mark in the first period. A couple of alumni from King are here watching the game. Lavertus Robinson from the championship team of last year, as you look at Benny Lewis, and Ephraim Winters sitting behind us in the stands. Star at the University of Illinois after playing at King. East St. Louis with the ball. Ellis way outside. That's Chavis. Sends it into Rogers on the low block. Rebound Liberty. King down by 10. Lynch in transition. Long rebound. Rodney Chavis.
Low percentage shot again.
The game is up-tempo. The leading scorers are the 2 people that you write songs about. LaPhonso Ellis and Marcus Liberty.
Frank, Coach Cox has done something a little bit different. He's taken his players out of the 2-3 zone into a man-to-man, but I'm going to say it, not with a good result, but he did miss the shot.
Rogers the miss. Liberty right up the court. Missed the jumper. Lawrence Bradford, who came in for the injured James Harris, has the ball.
King players are not showing any patience on offense. They're worried about that 10-point lead. There's a long way to go. They have to be patient and start getting good shots, not those wild shots.
Here's a shot up, not good, by the Tigers. And now the Jaguars back. This is Marcus Liberty. Baseline turnaround. Chavis, one-on-one against Stanley. Pull up one-hander. There's a lot of shots getting thrown up there now. That one goes off the top of the bankboard, and that's out of bounds. to King.
I thought that was going to fall in. It wouldn't have counted, but it almost fell in. And Liberty way off the mark. He's not setting himself, Coach.
No, he's a little anxious. He knows he's the leader, and he knows people are looking for him to get King back in the game, but he still has to maintain his patience a little bit and get good shots.
Landon Cox sent Jamie Brandon back in the game, and back in James Harris for the Tigers.
You know, something that's helping King here also is that East St. Louis isn't getting the best shots either.
A minute 50, first quarter. Lincoln by 10. Brandon shoots. Rogers rebounds and runs. Well, they promised up tempo. Now Chavis tries to run a set play. Ellis on one side of the lane. Harris low block the other. Punch it into Harris. Foul on Liberty. Number 2 on Marcus Liberty. And foul trouble for him would be an unbelievable blow for King.
Well, the way they're relying on him, I have to agree with you. Although you wonder if he did go out, the other players would have to say, hey, somebody else has got to do it. Maybe it would actually help him.
He had 102 points in the 3 games before this one. And here's one of the questions about the game. How well will East St. Louis Lincoln shoot free throws? So far, well indeed.
They've hit nothing but net so far.
They weren't out here during the break working out a little bit, were they?
Well, I'll tell you, they were hitting nothing but iron this afternoon, so it's wonder what a couple hours makes.
Rogers rebounds, tries to finger roll it, thrown back in his face by Smith. Stanley tried to save it, and Lincoln has it. Good hustle there by Carl Stanley. Lincoln tries to add to an 11-point first quarter lead. This for the state championship. 2 traditional powers in the state of recent years. Of course, East St. Louis a bit longer in that power label than King. King, of course, the defending champion. Now it's man-to-man by King. Chavis gets free. Ellis swirls. Rebound, Rogers barges in and is fouled. There's some big bodies down in the paint.
Well, so far the power of East St. Louis is beating the power of King.
Frank, what I said a while ago about Marcus Liberty getting set, now he's so talented, actually, he doesn't have to be set every time, but those shots, they're just a little too wild even for Marcus at this point.
Chris Rogers, 49 points in the 2 games, the quarterfinals and semifinals. 47 points. Excellent job. These teams are both explosive. Both can make runs of points. They can turn it over with their defense. They'll throw it all at each other in this one. Still 15-4. Marcus Liberty has all of King's points. 1 minute, first quarter. Liberty didn't even look. Turned around and let it fly. He's got it back. He wheels it up and is fouled. It's like Rogers got him. Liberty on the baseline.
Yeah, he took the first shot, wasn't that good a shot. He got the rebound and then really powered it up and took the foul.
Liberty shoots 2. Some numbers about him. He averages 27 points and 13 rebounds a game. Another block shot. And the Tigers, 2-on-1, bring it up. Chavis, missed. Rebound to Anderson. King's running the other way. All the way down, Brandon got it down. Jamie Brandon makes it 15-6, and there's the clock on your screen. Chavis comes up. Here's a lob intended for Ellis. Tapped away. King's got it. Stanley up ahead. Here comes Brandon. Brandon's got another and goal!
What a play by Brandon. They could call an intentional foul, too. I don't know if they're gonna.
Official Kirby Hand says count the basket. Watch this shot by freshman Jamie Brandon.
It was very obvious he didn't want him to take that shot at all. He could have given him 2 shots on that because of an intentional foul.
And the strength
That was really a tremendous play. Was he a freshman? 15 years old. Wow, what power.
6'3" and 190.
Frank, did you just say King can score points in bunches? That's exactly what's happened.
Here's a miss, but Liberty's got it. He's there. It's missed. And that would have been a three-point possibility again.
Right.
So from 15 to 4 in a blink, it's 15 to 8. And Liberty will shoot 2.
Now, I was just going to say the last time down court, I was wondering if East St. Louis was going to go for one. Because that's what we saw from St. Joe's and Quincy. There's no going for one unless there's maybe about 4 seconds left.
Only because that's all there's time for.
Exactly right.
Liberty puts it down. King has crawled back within 6 with 5 points in a row. Liberty a pair. It's a 5-point Lincoln lead. The pressure's extended. Stolen by Liberty. Crossover dribble. Look out now. Another foul on the Tigers, and all of a sudden Marcus Liberty explodes, and King's on the move.
That was 6'8" going up against 6'1", and the 6'8" guy got the better of it.
On a high school floor, did you ever think you'd see a guy 6'4" or 5" look small?
No. Not in my gym, I know that. You know, when I looked up at the clock, I think it was 15 to 4 with a minute to go in the game, and I'm thinking to myself, this has got to be the worst first quarter the Kings had all year. And now we've got 17 seconds to go. It's 15-11. So we turn a disaster into something that's not going to be too bad if you're a King fan.
Liberty leading King with steals and blocks today. Liberty can't hit that one. And Rogers gets the ball. Clock is at 10 seconds. The Tigers want one. See who they go to. Ellis wants the ball. Ellis is tipped away by Anderson. 1 second. That's the quarter. At the end of 1 in the championship game. Lincoln 15 and King 11. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance. Is that Marcus Liberty, as great as he is, has 2 fouls.
Yeah, but he has a tendency to be able to play with fouls. And then also, I think because he is so great, I think he, and I don't mean this to be negative, but I think he gets away with a little bit once in a while.
Lincoln 33%, King only 20% in this game. The free throws are very close. Look at the rebounds. 31 rebounds in the first quarter. Turnovers are even.
Well, there's a lot of rebounds because there's a lot of missed shots. Neither team is shooting very well right now.
And that may be the defense of the other. Brandon lobs inside to Liberty. He's triple team, jump ball, and the possession arrow is what counts here. And that goes to East St. Louis Lincoln.
I wonder how many times that happened. Marcus caught the ball, kept the ball above his head, and he got tied up.
When he's holding the ball that high, how high is it?
That's what I mean. You guys have some pretty tall people out there to do that.
Man-to-man for King now. Chavis at the point for the Tigers. LaPhonso Ellis sets the post. Chavis lets fly. Ellis pokes at it, and the long arms get it to his teammate. Good play by Ellis. Bradford's inside, rejected nicely by King.
Great
up
save,
ahead
too.
is Stanley. He's going to fly in for the deuce.
Great play down here. Blocks the shot, keeps it in play, and King gets the layup.
Well, Anderson's the man right now that they've got on LaPhonso Ellis, too, so he's got some strong duty right now.
9 in a row for Lincoln. Harris tries to break the spell. Can't hit. And it's Carl Anderson at 6'8" on the boards. Inside Liberty. Missed but fouled.
Liberty's a little frustrated now, Frank, because he's missed about 4 or 5 in close. They haven't been easy shots, don't get me wrong. But if you know Marcus Liberty, about 2 or 3 of those usually fall.
Now a whistle. East St. Louis Lincoln wants timeout on the court. We've got a 2-point game for the championship. One of your network sponsors is the American Dairy Association of Illinois. Great defensive play.
The block is a great defensive play, and then he makes another one by keeping it in bounds.
That's Carl Stanley.
Well, I think this is why King got the layup, because everybody on East St. Louis, when they saw the block shot going out of bounds, figured it was going out, so why bother to hustle back?
Now Marcus Liberty, a little frustrated with the miss here.
You know, I don't know if it's frustration there as much as he might have expected himself to make the 3-point play. You know, he was hacked on the arm, but he's got such high expectations of himself, he might have wanted the 3, and I'm sure he did.
The coaches before the game talked about an up-tempo, if you will, the street game, and we've got it.
Oh, yeah. It's not going to end. It's going to continue.
This will be a crescendo of bodies, I'll tell you. Liberty deals.
Everybody's going to be tired when this thing's over. We're going to be tired watching them working as hard as they are and running up and down.
Moments ago, it was 15-4. It's 15 all.
Liberty is back in the groove, would you say, Frank?
He's outrageous.
Got a diamond and one, three-quarter court press right now. King is definitely on a run.
The Tigers need a hoop. King's defense has been better, and it's checkmated the Tigers from St. Clair County. Lawrence Bradford is 23. Here's a lob inside to Ellis. He's on the baseline. LaPhonso wants a shot. Bing.
That banked in. I'm not sure he was planning it, but it did go in for him. That still counts for two.
There's the trap. Stanley sends it up ahead. Carl Anderson. Remember, he's a reserve at 6'8", 210. Jamie Brandon out. The transition game is on. Chavis to Harris to the basket. Blocked by Liberty. Count it. Goaltending on Marcus Liberty. Let's see if he got it.
Well, I didn't think it was the first time. Boy, I don't know.
I think it hit the glass first. If it hits the glass first.
Well, then it's obvious.
I think it just nicked it before he got it. I'd have to look at it one more time.
Here's a big steal by Rodney Chavis.
Now Lincoln's on a run.
4 for Lincoln in a row. After King ran 11 straight. Open is Rogers. Stutter, step, and move. Dish off inside Harris.
Great pass. Really a nice pass by Chris Rogers.
Rogers has stamped himself as a fine basketball player in this tournament. 5.5 to go, first half. Lincoln by 6. The defending champs in white. This is Illinois bound Marcus Liberty. Still zone for Lincoln. Stanley's open. Inside, Selvey missed. Liberty tipped once. Liberty's got it again for 2.
Great. He just kept with it, kept tapping at it until he finally could control it and put it in.
Marcus Liberty with 11. How quickly he can get 11 points. LaPhonso, Ellis, boom!
Liberty made a smart play there. He came over. He could have gotten in his way, but he would have picked up his third foul, so he gave him the gimme, and what a gimme it was.
So this is why you don't worry about Marcus Liberty as far as fouls go, because he has a way to avoid them.
Ellis with 11. Liberty with 11. 23-17 Lincoln. Star Wars. Anderson inside to Liberty. Turns left, shoots. Bang.
Well, Frank, we've really seen the LaPhonso Ellis, I think, that everybody told us about coming down here that we didn't see yesterday and this afternoon.
Now King has a turnover, and Brandon pumps it up. And in.
There's that freshman again doing a twirl move and getting it off the glass.
6 for Brandon. The game is a 2-pointer. Ellis again. Whoa! Slam, bam.
What a pass, huh? Good penetration by Chavis.
King on the hunt. The Assembly Hall echoing. Liberty will try to answer. Fake in left hand. Harris rebounds. 3-on-1. Bradford. Harris. Boom!
They're going to keep shooting like that. They're not going to miss another shot.
It's prime time in the Assembly Hall. 6-point lead by Lincoln, and what a show. Jamie Brandon outside left. Anderson fakes and goes. Rebound to the running Chavis. Harris is ahead of the pack. Here he comes.
Got an injured player.
Now there's a whistle. There's an injured player. Harris has come up lame, too, after he made the shot. Let's see. That's Carl Stanley for King, who's down.
I think Chavis ran into him after delivering the ball to Harris, and Harris is still favoring that ankle, too, Frank. Liberty ran into him then. Liberty, his own teammate, hit him. Let's see.
Let's see if we can see it.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Marcus is hustling back. Looked like Stanley was going to try to take a charge. The man went around him, and then Marcus didn't see him, just ran him over.
Harris is going to head for the locker room. with the trainer and take a look at that injury. So that's a blow for East St. Louis Lincoln, who leads by 8. And wasn't that a flurry?
Oh, it's incredible. You knew something was wrong with Harris because he didn't dunk the ball, I guess, huh? All right, imagine they're going to do now is probably tape it up.
Here's a steal by LaPhonso Ellis. Chavis is ahead. Ellis is coming with him, and Emmett Lynch got it from behind.
Well, this fast break of East St. Louis is really something else. They're getting the ball out and running with it. And notice who gets the ball first, Rodney Chavis.
Good defensive play at the other end by Ellis, who stopped the alley-oop pass into Liberty.
My head feels like it's watching a tennis match. Here's a lob inside. Rogers. That's an easy layup. And it's a 10-point Lincoln lead.
No backdoor support. Liberty gambled on the steal, and it cost him.
2:40 to go in a blistering first half. Liberty is 30. There's Landon Cox calling out a play. Anderson's outside. Liberty's inside. LaPhonso Ellis stole it. Up ahead is Chavis. Will he give it back? It's Chambers for 2.
Another great fast break with Chavis leading it.
And
good
King,
timeout, Frank. Very good timeout.
with 2:19. King calls time. It's Lincoln in the lead and running. We'll be back.
High percentage shot when you throw the ball down at the basket.
You like that one?
What, we got another one?
Whatever you want. LaPhonso Ellis, a stinger.
They got a few kids who can do that, don't they?
It's 9 in a row for Lincoln.
You know, this game is going to be a game of runs, and I think the timeouts are going to be used to try, hopefully stop or halt those runs.
Lincoln on a 9 of 11 field goal shooting quarter. King 4 of 9, and they've warmed up. 33 for Lincoln with the ball, 21 for the defending state champion King. The Assembly Hall buzzing. Chavis. Inside intended for LaPhonso Ellis. This is Liberty. Stutter, step, and glide.
You run out of things to say about him. He makes it look so easy.
15 points of the 18 for King, and a whistle and a foul on Carl Anderson of King. Chavis hit the deck.
Yeah, he hit it hard, too. Oh.
He was fortunate not to lose this ball, Frank. After we joined this replay, he picked it up after King slapped it and then, of course, was tripped.
Another angle in that play.
Yeah, there's the leg out, and he just trips the player, and he goes down hard.
Oh, he got some excellent replay.
Yeah, that floor is hard, too.
Davis gets up and knocks down the free throw.
Well, we've got some great angles on plays, haven't we? On all the important plays we seem to be getting.
1:51 to go in the first half. A pair by Chavis. It's a 12-point Lincoln lead, their longest lead. They had a 15-4 lead earlier.
You think the last minute of the second quarter is going to be as good for King as the last minute of the first one, Frank?
Well, that would leave Sonny Cox with a slight grin at halftime.
Even Sonny, I think, would have to smile at that.
1-4 offensive set for King. Liberty to the right of the high post. Now he slides down. 3 men around him. They get it to him anyway. He dishes off. It's Selvey. Selvey's rejected. The Tigers have 3-on-1. Can Lynch stop them? No. Give the goal to Lawrence Bradford.
Tough shot.
There's the clock and the score. Liberty will try to answer from 10. Rebound, Jamie Brandon. Blocked by LaPhonso Ellis. Up ahead to Bradford. Here he comes. And East St. Louis Lincoln has blown to a 39-23 lead.
Emmett Lynch made a crucial mistake on that. He went in instead of dropping back after the block. He went for the ball, and there was nobody back on defense.
Selvey holds high. Remember, James Harris is out with an injury for the Tigers. Lynch holds. 40 seconds, first half. Lincoln by an astonishing 16. Liberty dishes nicely to Anderson, who's fouled. Foul by Mark Chambers. Anderson was in great position, and Liberty got him the ball.
Yeah, Liberty has got nowhere to go with the ball, and he was a nice cut, too, by Anderson. It was a good two-man play. Pretty authoritative foul, too. He wasn't going to make that one.
Anderson, you notice that ball didn't rotate at all. It just moved, but it went right in the middle.
What do you think? Lincoln go for one shot. We got 34 seconds to go. They're up 15 points yet.
Yes.
I wouldn't bet on it.
They're trying to shake somebody free, and they make the call. Less than 20 seconds.
You were right, Frank. They're going for one.
Rodney Chavis, that's the man they want with the ball. They make the move now. 7, 6. LaPhonso Ellis looks at the clock and fires from way out. Goal! LaPhonso Ellis put his signature on the first half with a 20-foot J. And here's your halftime score. Lincoln 41, the defending champions 24. One of your network sponsors is John Deere. A game of runs, a game of tremendous athletic ability, slam dunks, and the East St. Louis Lincoln Tigers have played a ferocious half with LaPhonso Ellis and Marcus Liberty each getting 15.
Well, I think that shot there just tells you whose quarter it was. You got a guy 6'9" or 6'10" going out 21 feet out and hitting a jumper before the quarter. You know everything went your way.
26-point quarter for Lincoln, and it was unbelievable, the action we had and the action that we expect here in the second half as this game progresses. The three-point play count is in from your phone calls, and we'd like to report to you that 5,509 phone calls have been received saying yes, let's have the three-point play. 2,422 have voted no. Thank you for your calls on that play. Now it's time to present the trophies for third and fourth place in the state of Illinois to two excellent basketball teams. For that, Steve Adams.
Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to midcourt for the presentation of the third and fourth place team and individual awards for the boys Class AA state basketball tournament. Presenting medallions to the squad members of the fourth place team will be Dr. David Turner of Porta High School in Petersburg, who serves the IHSA as president of the board, and Mr. William Mitz of Monticello High School in Monticello, who serves the IHSA as a member of the board. At this time, please meet the Blue Devils of Quincy Senior High School, who finished the 1986-87 season in fourth place with a final record of 26 wins and 7 losses. First, meet the principal of Quincy High School, Mr. Robert DeVries. Head coach, Jerry Leggett. Assistant coach, Mike Hellenthal. Assistant coach, Tom Berry. And now the players. Number 4, James Bailey. Number 10, Chris Jones. Number 50, Larry Lathan. Number 5, Jason Gay. Number 52, Bruce Bias. Number 32, Chris Doan. Number 3, Rod Rudd. Number 40, Lyle Martin. Number 22, Todd Wemhaner. Number 12, Steve Berry. Number 44, Todd Thompson. Number 20, Michael O'Connell. Senior manager, Alan Klein. Junior manager, Luke McKelvick, representing himself, and manager Mark Statz. Those are the Blue Devils of Quincy Senior High School, this year's fourth place finisher. And now, presenting medallions to the squad members of the third place team will be Mr. Thomas Howard of Fremd High School in Palatine, who serves the IHSA as secretary of the board, and Mr. Lawrence Stevens of Winona High School in Winona, who serves the IHSA as a member of the board. At this time, please meet the Chargers of Westchester St. Joseph High School, who finished the 86-87 season in third place with a final record of 28 wins and 3 losses. First, meet the principal of St. Joseph's High School, Brother Michael Flaherty. Head coach, Gene Pingator. Assistant coach, Dennis Doyle. Assistant coach, Mike O'Brien. Manager, Kurt Heckel. Manager, Joe Miller. And now the players. Number 10, Tony Brown. Number 12, Chucky Murphy. Number 20, Brian Molis. Number 21, Sean Tyler. Number 22, Terry Mister. Number 23, Clifford Scales. Number 24, Oliver Caesar. Number 25, Michael Hall. Number 32, Daryl Cunningham. Number 33, Tim Melenda. Number 34, John Dragus. And number 35, Carl Hayes. Those are the Chargers of St. Joseph High School. And now presenting the 4th place trophy will be Dr. Richard Stevenson of Dunbar High School in Chicago, who serves the IHSA as vice president of the board. Will coach Jerry Leggett and captains of Quincy Senior High School please step forward to receive the 4th place trophy. Dr. Stevenson, if you please. Congratulations to Quincy Senior High School. And now presenting the 3rd place trophy will be Mr. Edward Roberts of Oak Forest High School in Oak Forest, who serves the IHSA as a member of the board. Will coach Gene Pingator and captains of Westchester St. Joseph High School please step forward to receive the 3rd place trophy. Mr. Roberts, if you please. Congratulations to St. Joseph High School of Westchester.
We'll be back with the second half of the championship game. It's Lincoln leading King. Now let's pause for these messages. Ellis led Lincoln with those points. Harris had 13, and remember, he was injured. Rogers with 5. The baseline players had 33 for Lincoln's points. Bradford with 4, Chavis with 2, and Chambers with 2. No significant foul trouble. For King, Liberty with 15 of the 16 frontline points for King. Brandon with 6, Stanley with 2, Anderson with 1. Only 2 fouls. Liberty got those in the early going.
The key there is Anderson, Smith, and Selvey have 1 point between them, whereas the St. Louis, Ellis is getting a lot of help on the scoring.
Look at the shooting percentage differences, Coach. 32 shots, 56% for Lincoln. 1 more shot for King, but only 27%. They made half as many field goals.
And as you see, everything else is just about even. I mean, the rebounds are close with the turnovers. It's that shooting percentage. And as you just mentioned, they have about the same number of shots. It's just that King has hit half as many as Lincoln.
And LaPhonso Ellis has blocked quite a few of them. We're going to come back with the second half in just a moment. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
The day you
15 points, and Liberty now with 117 points after the first half of this game. Still another half. Look at the front court scoring. You said Lincoln had more help, or Ellis had more help than Liberty.
Right, and King's got 15 of the This has been a long weekend. Liberty has 15 of the 16 points. You know, we said earlier that the free throw shooting of East St. Louis might come to haunt them in this game. It hasn't. But we also said about King that Liberty had to have some offensive help. This afternoon he didn't, and they still won. But now they're way down, and he has still not had that help.
Look at that eye-popping second quarter for Lincoln, 86%.
There's taking some pretty high percentage shots, though. Remember those, Frank?
Lots of driving layups, slam dunks. 20% of the first quarter for King. They almost doubled it, but they're still chilly in the game.
You know, there's something else, too. That East St. Louis has this lead. They've made King change from their regular defense, which is the zone, to a man-to-man. East St. Louis could play that 2-3 zone as long as they want now because they have a big lead. So King has had to make a major change in their defense where East St. Louis is still playing their favorite.
You see many members of the working press on this great tournament. They come from all over this great state, and there's some of our crew along the way. We're at halftime here, and we're ready now to start the second half of the championship game. Would Benny Lewis of East St. Louis Lincoln with a big league slow the tempo?
No, I don't think so. I think he said before the game that they're going to run up and down, and they're going to run up and down regardless, I think, because that's their game, and that's what they do best. You don't get cute and clever at this time of the season, especially when you've got a 17-point lead.
It'll be interesting to see if Sonny Cox tells two of his guards to stay back after the offensive shot. Now, they haven't been doing that, Coach. They've been going in. They've been trying to get the block shot or what have you, and that's left the floor pretty open, and East St. Louis Lincoln has proven they can run the floor just as well as King. I'd keep somebody back.
Well, and you're right. They've had one person back, but there have been 2-on-1 and 3-on-1 breaks. I think you're right. I think they should keep at least another person back.
One of the things Benny Lewis was quoted as saying before this tournament was, let them play. I know why.
That's right.
And there he is. He won this championship with a team here in '82, 29-1. He'd like to go 28-1 tonight and get his second title.
I think the first couple minutes here are very important for King. They've got to set a little bit of a different tempo.
Well, Liberty set in the post and laid it in.
Yeah, that's a good start for them. But they've got to prove to themselves that they can get back in this game.
James Harris is back in the game. That's significant for the Tigers, 22, who went out with an injury. Here's a lob inside for Ellis, picked off by Liberty. Here comes King, 1-on-4. Liberty goes all the way. Missed. Oh, there's Stanley. On the weak side, a 5'10 guard.
Selvey started that with good defense, not allowing the lob pass.
Harris. Oh, what a shot by Chavis.
That was incredible. As soon as he took it, I said, geez, that's not the shot they want, and then he pours it through.
That's exactly the reaction of their bench, too.
Stepped out of bounds.
And the turnover is an important factor in the game. 6:54. Let's take a look at that, see if you can see it. Right there.
His right foot touched the line. The official was standing right there.
For King, Jamie Brandon out. Emmett Lynch in. Chavis gets the ball in the corner to Rogers. Across the paint he goes. The ball goes glancing out of bounds off Harris.
Had the right idea because the man was open. He just passed the ball down just a little bit too hard.
I don't think he had a choice. He had two hands up above his face.
Pressure defense by the Tigers. Liberty. Block. Got it back. Finger roll.
He stuck with it real well. I still don't think he's too used to getting that shot blocked, but just got it back and put it back in.
19 points as Harris caught it. Liberty stole it. Couldn't hang on.
Sonny Cox wants a traveling call, and if King did not touch that ball in the interim, it looked to me like Harris lost it and caught it again. You can't do that.
It looked funny. I know that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a violation or not, but it sure looked strange.
Harris punches it into LaPhonso Ellis. Slapped at. Ellis has got it. Fires it up. And a foul.
Is that on?
Liberty's third. Yes.
Well, he knew it, too. The official called it, and he just nodded to him. Good call.
With 6:21 to play, the third foul on Liberty. The score is 43-30. in favor of East St. Louis Lincoln as they try to dethrone King. Harris, bang. I thought that was out of his range.
I'm not sure. You know, you don't know with these players what's out of their range and what they can and cannot do. They just keep doing some spectacular things.
Liberty just slipped the ball between his legs, and Stanley sets up. Harris starts in. Liberty catches it in traffic, steps in and missed. Look at that tip back, and couldn't get it. Ellis with a big rebound. Harris in the corner. They throw the ball away. Up ahead is Emmett Lynch. Chambers tries to catch him. Lynch has got it.
Notice on that, too, the great hustle of Marcus Liberty. He had a breakaway layup, and instead of hanging back and conserving some energy, he hustled down because you never know if there's going to be a miss or not.
Rogers, one of the thoroughbreds in this game, throws it away, and King will be able to cut into the lead again if they can hit.
Well, it seems like every time we see Liberty play, he impresses you with something different, like that hustle play, just following that shot. You know, a lot of players just wouldn't do it.
Lynch out. Jamie Brandon back. Brandon, a freshman. King moves the basketball. If you joined us late, King in white. Lincoln in the black. Here's a bad pass by Smith. Chavis pulls up, lobs. Somehow one-handed Ellis.
He turned a bad pass into a basket. That was incredible.
Wow. Here's a ball deflected by Chavis out of bounds with 5:04 to go. Lincoln has built a 15-point advantage, and LaPhonso Ellis looked like he was holding a tennis racket in his hand. Watch.
See, the pass is really too high, but he gets in behind him, but he gets control of it and gets a little roll, and it's in.
2-3 zone by the Tigers. Selvey sets up on one side, and Brandon pumps. Nice jump shot by Brandon. That's 8 for the freshman. Chambers clears. Ellis is out on the court about 10 or 12 feet. Rogers adjusts in the air. Chavis starts to his left. Harris blows down the lane, throws it up and missed, but tipped home by Ellis. Nope, by Rogers.
And Marcus Liberty forgot to screen out that time. Rogers was his man. He tipped it in.
Lincoln by 15 points. Liberty caught it, got away from his man, goes all the way in and jumped over Ellis for the deuce.
That's quite a jump, too. Over him.
21 for Liberty. If anybody can bring King back, he will. Ellis tries and missed for the second time. He's got it down.
See the King play. Marcus Liberty made a good play in intimidating the first shot, but the other King players stood around and watched it instead of getting in rebounding position. So when Ellis missed, he was right there for the tip-in. 19 for Ellis. Liberty the other end, good again. Well, he's trying to get him back in the game. It's still 13. They've got to start playing better defense at this end of the court. He's an amazing player. He's got 3 fouls. Ellis swirls in, missed. Liberty's got it. Here comes King. 13 down. 23 points in the game. Stutter, step, and go. Who's got the ball? The Tigers have it. See, nobody's giving Marcus any help right now. He took it all the way, took the shot. Somebody from King should have been there for the offensive board. They've got to help him out a little bit. Rogers fires outside. Long rebound on the floor. Brandon's got it and throws it way up ahead for Liberty. Here he comes. Somehow he got it up, and he was fouled. Great job just getting it to the hoop. You know, if you get it up there, you never know if you get the lucky roll.
Just another Saturday night at the Assembly Hall. Just relaxing.
Look at his body control. Now there's timeout. East St. Louis Lincoln. 3:06 to play in the third quarter. Lincoln in the lead. One of your network sponsors, the American Dairy Association of.
And watch this defense by Marcus Liberty. Intimidates the shot, makes him change it, but the other King players don't help him out by going up for the board, and Ellis just gets the tip.
Liberty injured briefly on the other end. Here he comes down. He throws the ball up and he's fouled, and he laid there, and quite a while after our picture of him, he was still there, but he's back now, ready to go live action at the foul line.
Frank, I don't really think he was hurt. I just think he was exhausted. because he's been playing both ends of the court. We've mentioned that. He's been following up shots. He's been doing everything. And you just have so much energy. I think he really needed that rest.
The touch is there. And certainly with 3:06 to go in the third quarter, King is still in this game. And if anybody can bring you back, it's Marcus Liberty. He's now 25. It's an 11-point game. Rogers gets in the clear. Let's fly. The shooting percentage of the Tigers, very good here in the title game. Brandon moving in slow motion at the moment. Anderson outside. Lynch is playing the point. Brandon looks inside. He finds Liberty. He goes against Ellis. Somehow got it up. Now gets it back. And got it down.
He wanted to get the spin on the reverse, couldn't get it, so he realized that and got his own rebound and went right back up.
Now it's an 11-point game.
Just seems to me on offense, if they get the ball to Marcus Liberty and the other 4 King players just stand there and watch him. They can't do that.
Liberty with 12 in the quarter. Chavis lets it go. Liberty rebounds. 2-on-4 against King, but Liberty pulls up and drills it.
Incredible. This is a great one-man show.
At the 2-minute mark, a 9-point game. And Marcus Liberty, who will call this home, has 29. Harris baseline. He gets in. 2.
Liberty had to let him slide by, Frank.
Makes it 11. 17 for Harris. Liberty's going to try to answer. He's about a 14-footer, bottom of the net. Is this an exhibition?
It's something else. I'm still waiting. If I was, I think, Coach Cox, I think I'd, at the quarter or a timeout or whatever, I'd tell Marcus to rest, and I'd take the other 4 players to chew out their rear ends for not helping them.
LaPhonso Ellis caught the ball. Looked like he might have shuffled his feet down there and got it in.
Frank, I agree. That's happened. This isn't the first time it's happened. East St. Louis kids have shuffled their feet a couple times. They're just not calling it, though.
Brandon got the shot off, but the foul on the Tigers. Marcus Liberty, now the AA tournament scoring record holder. The old record was by Mitch Arnold of Effingham in 1980. He had 115 points. Liberty's total continues to mount, and what a salute to him. He came into this game with 41 in the Super, 23 in the quarterfinals, and 38 in the semifinals. Brandon. In the third quarter, this shot could bring King within 10. No. Ellis with the ball. Liberty with 17 points in the third quarter has held King in the game. Here's a steal by the Jaguars, and they can't hold on to it.
Seems to be indicative of the way their game's going, Frank. They had a good steal there and good hustle, but 2 men at the same time trying to get the ball.
Now let's see if the Tigers want one shot. That's Chambers, 14. Benny Lewis yells at his team. Clock moves toward a half minute to go, third quarter. Ellis way out on the court. Chambers goes down the alley.
He had Liberty at disadvantage because Marcus didn't want to foul him because he's got those 3 fouls. Smart play by the guard. Take it to him.
Now King with 15 seconds. Selvey pitches it into Liberty, who fakes and goes. Oh, it's so automatic for him. Here's Liberty diving to steal the ball and out of bounds to the Tigers with 3 seconds.
Great defensive save.
Liberty with 33 in the game. We're in the third quarter. Is he making more than 2 at a time? Ellis at the buzzer? No. That's the end of 3 quarters of play. With the score, Lincoln 59 and King 48. Now let's pause for these messages. State championship. The question is, will they do it?
I think what the King players have to do, you know, it's okay to give the ball to Marcus Liberty and let him shoot, but what I'd like to see him do is hustle around those boards a little bit. And if he does miss, you know, let's get the second shot and put it back up for him, rather than kind of standing around and watching to see what's going to happen.
East St. Louis Lincoln will start with the ball. They've got Lawrence Bradford in the game. Here's a ball intended for Ellis. He's got it now. He turns. He lost it. Harris has got it for 2. Good luck on the side of the Tigers that time. 1-2-1-1 half-court trap by the Tigers. Here's the ball to Selvey inside. He steps in, is blocked. He's got it back, blocked a second time. 2 blocks, and here comes Bradford the other way. 360. Yes.
That's the way it's going. That's a great play.
Listen to the crowd in the Assembly Hall. Smith dropped it. They're looking for Liberty. Can't find him. The Tigers are on the hunt. Bradford blocked from behind, but Rogers follows.
That's just good hustle by Lincoln. I mean, they're all the way up and down the floor, 3 and 4 men at a time, and that's what King's not being able to do.
They've got 5 guys working and hustling hard, and I'm sorry to say, I think King's only got 1.
Timeout, King. Lincoln in the lead. One of your network sponsors is John Deere.
Example, it's been a tough game for Johnny Selvey, the freshman from King. And here he gets the ball and tries to power. He gets it blocked. He gets it back, though. Goes up again, gets it blocked again. And then here they go with their fast break.
Watch Bradford with this 360.
I wonder what Gene Pignatore would say about that shot. But look at Alphonso Ellis. I mean, he's a force on both sides.
Look at the shooting percentage. 27 of 46 is 59% to 40%. And that's the big eye-popping difference in the game. Marcus Liberty has 33 of King's 48 points. That means 15 for the rest of the team. 7:07 to play. King has the ball, and they need to score in a hurry. We're going to have to make some defensive stops as well as get the ball in the basket, as Lincoln has played with unusual intensity. Here's a steal by Lawrence Bradford. Chavis goes all the way down the runway. It didn't go. By quarters. Look at the second quarter for Lincoln. 26 points. King with a 24-point third quarter, and Lincoln owns the ball in the fourth. Frank Bissoni along with Jim Albright and Coach Bill Geist. Hope you've enjoyed the tremendous action here at the Assembly Hall. Ellis. This is hard to believe, but he's got another year to play in high school.
Yeah.
So you know East St. Louis Lincoln will be great again next year. Just knowing he'll be back is enough to know.
Well, yeah, I was going to say it's a heck of a start when you got guys 6'9". They might probably be taller next year, too, as he's still growing.
And he's listed 6'9.5", 215. Brandon's wide open. He's got to take this, and got it. Jamie Brandon knocked it in. It's a 15-point game with 6:10. And now let's see if King can get the turnover. Chavis goes by 2 men, hangs in the air, throws up a shot. No. Ellis gets the rebound. He steps backwards and walks.
Well, it's not over. We still got 6 minutes to go, and it's a 15-point lead. King has got to start scoring almost every time down the court.
Emmett Lynch comes up.
Coach Cox is doing a lot of talking to his players, trying to get them involved in the game, calling offenses and defenses. He's doing the best he can.
Brandon tries again. Good again. Jamie Brandon gets King back within 13. There's still a lot of time. That's a dozen points for Brandon.
See, that's what they need. Somebody else to take some of the pressure off of Liberty on offense.
Oh, wait a minute. 33 and 12 is 45 out of 52 in those 2 players. Backing in is Rogers. He got hung up in the air. Unfortunately, got it to his man, Harris. It falls.
See, Liberty is limited with what he can do on defense, and Lincoln has taken advantage of that.
Up ahead, Smith. Shoots outside. LaPhonso Ellis grabbed the rebound with his hand on top of the ball.
I'm impressed.
Wow.
LaPhonso, you can have it if you want it. I'm not going to take it away from you.
It's like he stuck it with a bayonet. Rogers. Stripped by Liberty. But the Tigers get it back. Chavis with the quick hands. 4:40 to play in the championship game. And East St. Louis Lincoln is up by 15. Chavis dancing, fouled by Lynch.
Well, I think we're going to see a little bit of that now. They have to start putting a little bit more pressure on defensively and hopefully get a couple steals.
Richard Smith comes out. Carl Anderson in for King. Not sure Landon Cox liked that 15-foot jumper by his center. Chavis is going to hold it up. 6'1" senior has had a good tournament. Ellis sets a ferocious post, taken away by Selvey and lost out of bounds.
Johnny Selvey's starting to get a little bit more involved in the game now.
There's some banging going on down there.
Yeah, the banging that's going on between Ellis and Selvey is incredible. They just shoved each other again.
A freshman and a junior, and they're working each other over. Flying through the middle, James Harris at 6'8" and 220. He has 23. It's a 17-point Lincoln lead, and more it looks like the title may be heading south. Anderson was clipped, got the ball back, and knocked out of bounds by Bradford.
Anderson was fouled on the shot. The officials just looking the wrong way.
Denny Lewis. Here's a whistle on the ball inside right away before the call. LaPhonso Ellis put up his hand.
Design play to Marcus Liberty on the lob. That's what Sonny Cox called for from the sidelines. And
how's that for a couple athletes skying?
It's nice to be able to just toss it up in the air and to say, here, go get it.
Brandon missed outside. Selvey forced it up, couldn't get it. Anderson has blocked and fouled. Good job on the boards by Carl Anderson. Ellis got his third foul.
Seems like every time Selvey shoots, he's getting it blocked. He's got to feel very, very frustrated.
Well, you know, when you're that small, only 6'6" and 220. That's incredible, isn't it?
Coach Cox was just cheering on Johnny Selvey. Looked at him and clapped for him. He said, that's the way you got to do it. Just keep on hustling, keep on going after the board and putting it up.
Anderson dropped in the free throw. 59% foul shooter. Hit them both. 15-point game. Just under 4 minutes left. Rogers in big trouble. Got it to his point guard. Chavis holds it up.
It's a good patience. Lincoln getting the ball out. Didn't force the break.
Lawrence Bradford with a lot of playing time in this game.
See, the clock's their enemy now. That's the one they want to beat.
Rogers got free. This is Ellis. He was held and fouled, and Ellis is going to get 2 shots. Marcus Liberty, 4 fouls. He knew exactly how many he had, but he had to contest this one.
Now see what he's looking for there. He's looking for a great play, like a block to maybe spark his teammates to get him going.
Ellis had 15 games of 20 or more rebounds before the tournament. That is a staggering statistic.
Well, I think seeing him play this game, we can see why. First 2 games, we're kind of questioning those totals, but not after this game.
3:33 to play. Now you know why everybody wants LaPhonso Ellis. Liberty comes up. He pulls up from 17. Ellis has it, blocked by Liberty. Chavis has it, 3-on-2, inside Bradford.
And Marcus Liberty is giving it every ounce of energy he has. He went diving on the floor again that time.
Anderson, skip pass. Brandon shakes to the baseline. That one rolls off. Anderson got the rebound. Lynch exchanged hands, gave it to Liberty for 2. 35 for Marcus Liberty, and his first 2 in the fourth quarter. 72-56. It's Lincoln's way. 2:40 to play in the game. This is traveling on James Harris. Rich Firebaugh just walked by and he said, we have travel before the contact.
And he blew his whistle too and was going to call a foul, but the other official called him off and he said, I have the travel first, so that's the way it goes. Good communication between the officials.
There's Emmett Lynch. 2.5 minutes to go and Lynch sends it up. Ellis rebounds. Ellis has a boatload of rebounds in the game. Chavis wheels the ball to Rogers. Nicely done, stolen by Anderson. Now it's the transition game. And a foul by Rogers. And Benny Lewis didn't want that. Chris Rogers picked up the foul. That will send Marcus Liberty to the free throw line.
You know, Frank, the only chance the King might have now, we got just 2:12 to go, they're 16 down, is maybe to start fouling and hoping East St. Louis starts shooting free throws like they did this afternoon.
That may be exactly what they'll do. 2:12 to play in the game. There's timeout on the court. Let's pause for these messages.
Well,
East St. Louis Lincoln's really played well, Coach.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say, I think the best team is winning. East St. Louis Lincoln has had contributions from all their players. Can't really say that about King. Even though Marcus Liberty has had this great game, he hasn't had the support that LaPhonso Ellis has had.
That's now 138 points in the tournament. The former record was 115.
Well, maybe they having the 2 freshmen on the team and finally kind of caught up with King a little bit.
They're not going to count the free throw, excuse me, Coach, because King left too early, or I should say Liberty did.
Although one of the freshmen, Brandon, has played very well, but Johnny Selvey hasn't contributed that much. And I think it was Carl Anderson, I think, was another one that really hasn't helped out that much.
Bradford gets into the front court. 72-57 in favor of Lincoln as they go for the state championship that they won back in 1982. In 83, they lost in the quarterfinals. Last year, lost in the Super. Ellis bangs at it. Rogers gets it, and a whistle and a foul, and count the goal. Richard Smith the foul. And the Tigers have had everything go well for them in the title game.
The way East St. Louis Lincoln is playing, Frank, I wouldn't hold the ball. Everything they're putting up is going down.
One shot. Harris got hung up in no man's land.
Well, watch this shot now. He goes up. I mean, he is really fouled, and it still goes down.
East St. Louis Lincoln, home alumni like Jackie Joyner of the U.S. Olympic medal, the Sullivan Award, Donald McHenry, the former UN ambassador, Miles Davis, the great jazz musician, Dr. Ross Miller, who was at the JFK assassination, and many more as Liberty knocks one in. Liberty continues his assault on the record book in the state tournament. You see Emmett Lynch now walking onto the court. Stanley goes off. He got hurt in this game, and he limps off the court. Carl Stanley, a junior, will be back, along with Brandon and Selvey out of the starters for King. Liberty knocks in another free throw. 74-60 is the score. That's 39 points for Marcus. Now it'll be free throw time for Lincoln, probably. 14-point lead, a minute, 31.
I think King has got a foul here and stopped this clock.
Bradford dribbling the time away. King not fouling. Now it's Chavis's turn. We're getting some major time off the clock. And Rogers. Liberty's got 4 fouls. And the ball. Here comes Marcus Liberty. Count it. 41. Well, if you paid to get in, you got your money's worth and then some.
Well, just watching him is a treat. And, you know, they're good scorers and all that, but he's really a quality player. And I think a quality person, too. You know, he's tried to be a leader for him. With even though he hasn't got that much support, you know, he hasn't said anything negative to any of his teammates. He hasn't seen any disgust on his face or anything. He's just hanging in there playing his game and trying to encourage his teammates as much as he can.
He started at Crane. He got a state championship his junior year. He'll get second his senior year. It's 74-62 with 50 seconds. The only team to beat East St. Louis Lincoln High School, and Lauren Wallace. Off the board for LaPhonso Ellis. Ellis with a great game in the title.
Ellis just had too much muscle for Richard Smith that time. He just forced it right over him and put it in.
Here's the steal by the Tigers. Chavis holds it. Chavis missed. Emmett Lynch up ahead to Liberty. Can he catch up with it? Yes. Somehow he got it back in bounds. He landed about the fourth row. Chavis goes all the way down, dishes it off to Ellis, and he got it in, and he's fouled. And the Tigers celebrate what will be a championship. Look at LaPhonso.
They should be happy. Their strength and power has really been overpowering, I think, for King today. As I say, so many three-point plays, so many shots that were powered up for him, and we haven't really seen that other than for Marcus Liberty from the King players.
Marcus Liberty will come out of the game with 7 seconds to play in a spectacular performance. 41 for Marcus Liberty in this championship game. That gives him 143 in the tournament. The tournament former scoring record was 115, give you some idea.
Well, high school will miss him, but college will love him.
What is Lou Henson saying? Give me Liberty. He's got him, and it'll be a delight to watch him in the Big Ten over the next 4 years. Now King getting substitutes in. Keith Calvert is 15. 24, Michael King comes on. 21 is Anthony Burwell. On the court at the Assembly Hall. 7 seconds to play. LaPhonso Ellis. "26 points for Ellis in this game. And a lot of block shots and rebounds. Make it 27 for Ellis. 79-62. It's the final score that's all that matters. Jamie Brandon. And that's all. The game is over. The Tigers of East St. Louis Lincoln are the champs. Of tremendous high school basketball teams locked horns in the championship game, and the Nets belong to the Tigers.
Yes, they do, and they've earned it, and they deserve it.
We'll come back and see the trophy presentation in a moment. Let's pause for these messages. And with LaPhonso Ellis for the trophy presentation, Steve Adams.
For the presentation of the first and second place team and individual awards for the boys Class AA State Basketball Tournament. Presenting medallions to the squad members of the second place team will be Dr. Richard Stevenson of Dunbar High School in Chicago, who serves the IHSA as vice president of the board, and Mr. Edward Roberts of Oak Forest High School in Oak Forest, who serves the IHSA as a member of the board. At this time, please meet the Jaguars of Chicago King High School, who finished the 86-87 season in second place with a final record of 28 wins and 5 losses. First, meet the principal of King High School, Mrs. Lynn St. James. The head coach, Landon Cox. Assistant coach, Benny Parrott. Manager, Terrell Liberty. Manager, Roland Goodall. Number 22, Carl Anderson. Number 23, Jamie Brandon. Number 21, Anthony Burwell. Number 15, Keith Calbert. Number 25, Terrence Cheeks. Number 24, Michael King. Number 30, Marcus Liberty. Number 11, Emmett Lynch. Number 12, Michael Miller. Number 20, Johnny Selvey. Number 14, Carl Stanley. Number 31, Richard Smith. Those are the Jaguars of King High School from Chicago. And now presenting medallions to the squad members of the first place team will be Mr. Leroy Newton of Carterville High School in Carterville, who serves the IHSA as a member of the board, and Dr. David Turner of Porta High School in Petersburg, who serves the IHSA as president of the board. At this time, please meet the Tigers of East St. Louis Lincoln High School, who finished the 1986-87 season in first place with a final record of 28 wins and 1 loss. First, meet the principal of Lincoln High School, Mr. John Bailey, Jr. Head coach, Benny Lewis. Assistant coach, Jethro Brown. Assistant coach, Donald Hurt. And now the players. Number 10, Rodney Chavis. Number 12, Terrence Moore. Number 14, Mark Chambers. Number 20, Lee Arthur Washington. Number 21, Vincent Jackson. Number 22, James Harris. Number 23, Lawrence Bradford. Number 25, Darnell Baker. Number 42, Chris Rogers. Number 43, Brian Stevenson. Number 44, Carl Brooks. Number 50, LaPhonso Ellis. Statistician, John Morgan. And manager, Vince E. Staten. And now presenting the second place trophy will be Mr. L.L. Astroth, who serves the IHSA as executive secretary. Will Coach Landon Cox and captains of King High School please step forward to receive the second place trophy. Mr. Astroth, if you please. And now presenting the first place trophy will be Mr. H. Fred Curtis of East High School in Belleville, who serves the IHSA as treasurer. Will Coach Benny Lewis and captains of Lincoln come forth to receive the trophy. Congratulations to Lincoln High School of East St. Louis.
There's your champions. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay with us. One of your network sponsors is John Deere. Championship, but they got second because East St. Louis Lincoln, Benny Lewis, and the LaPhonso Ellis gang win the title by a score of 79-62. For Jim Albrecht, for Coach Bill Geist, this is Frank Bissoni wishing you all a very pleasant good evening from the Assembly Hall in Champaign-Urbana, where the East St. Louis Lincoln Tigers have taken the prize for 1987. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you again next year. Good night, everybody.
You've been watching the 1987 chapter of March Madness.